This is going to be good. I'm excited about this. I'm making a video on Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. Apparently, if I wave my arms about, Graham Steppen says you get more views, so I'll try it. I'll do it once. I'll wave my arms about. Nvidia, why is it selling off today? We've had a massive sell-off recently. I'm really excited though, because this is very, very bullish. Very, very bullish. Very often people look at the markets and they go, why did a stock sell off when it just beat on earnings? Or why did a stock rally when it just missed on earnings? I don't know what's going on. Very often it's the opposite. We see it all the time. How many people buy a stock and then say, bloody hell, it's just gone down the moment I bought it? It's because you're getting the news after everybody else has already bought it. You're always behind. You can't possibly be ahead. It's impossible. The only way you can be ahead is stay long term and catch the next trends. But trying to catch something that's already happened is like trying to catch the fish when everybody's already emptied the lake, all right? It doesn't work. Why is Nvidia selling off? And why am I excited about it? Well, I'm excited about it because the stock is not the business. We know that we had rotation a couple of weeks ago and it lasts between 7 to 10 days. That's typical. And we're coming to the end of that cycle now. People rotate it out because we know interest rates are coming down and that benefits most the small caps. They dumped great businesses, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google. People were impatient, didn't want to wait around for AI to earn money. Even though they're doing all the right things, they're great businesses, and went, we're getting rid of the great stuff. Let's buy some crap. Let's go over to the Russell and buy some really rubbishy businesses because they're going to explode when rates go up. Well, yeah, you could have bought Binky Bonk coin as well. And people did that. What did? They took the profits out of Nvidia. Remember, Nvidia has had massive amounts of growth over the last few years. We've seen it. 118 year to date, 130 year, or 5 year, 2,360. The big money, the real money, bought it a long time ago. And they're taking their profits and they're driving it down. Is it bullish? Is it all over for Nvidia? Is Nvidia going to go to zero? Is it all going to go bankrupt? I want to buy Binky Bonk coin or some new startup. Yes, let's get rid of it. No. What's happening is we're in the process of a rotation, but everyone keeps telling you that. But what does it really mean? And who really cares about it anyway? Nobody really cares about it right now. And let me tell you why. We've had about 50, 60%, somewhere at 55, 60% of the earnings reported in the S&P over the last few weeks. And I think it's 76% of the stocks that have reported have beaten on earnings. We are not going to have a crash. The market is not going to come tumbling down. It's not the end of the world. People love to tell you it is because it sells news stories. It gets you to watch on CNBC and Bloomberg and meet Kevin and anybody else. They love to do the fire and the brimstone. The reality is the markets are good. We're going to get a soft landing. The economy is not the stock market. It's different. We've covered that on other videos, as you know. And we're going to get a rate cut. That'll benefit the small caps. And it won't benefit as much the mega caps. So people have sold off. Now, what we've got now, why we're getting extra selling now is those that have big positions in Nvidia, not like me or you, I have about $7,000 worth of Nvidia through the S&P. That's basically how I own it. I wouldn't buy the individual stock. I think that's a silly thing to do. I only own the S&P anyway for full integrity to my show. So I can't pump and dump stock. That's what I do. Nvidia is a great business. On the next quarter, on the next earnings, and it's one of the last stocks to report, and of course we will cover it. We'll cover it live. We'll cover the earnings. I think they're going to have a blistering, amazing earnings, and I think you're going to love it. So there's two reasons why it's been sold. First of all, people have had huge amounts of profits for a long period of time. So their minimum amount of capital gains tax, because they've held it for at least a year. A lot of people now are taking off profits, not because they think it's rubbish, because they think it's about to go up. And you might say, well, why on earth would they sell it if they think it's great? That doesn't make any sense. It makes every bit of sense. If you made thousands of % of profit and you know the next earnings is going to be great, you sell it because you can drive it down. I can't drive it down. I don't have billions of shares of Nvidia, but some people do. Wall Street do. They can dump this, drive it all down, and then buy it back right after or during Microsoft earnings. And that's happening tonight. And that's why it's been sold off. I think we could get a surprise. Google wasn't a bad earnings. People didn't like it because they went, oh, I've invested in AI and I've not had my money. I've not had a return yet. Damn it. It's been 1 quarter. I thought I'd get a return on my AI investment. How ridiculous. Google are a great business. They're doing the right things and they're going to make money, but it'll take time. People protested and went, I'm not happy with this. Because remember, Google, Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft, they all are priced to perfection. They're all expensive, Nvidia particularly. However, this sell-off is good. It's a bullish sign. Nvidia are not going to report a bad earnings. It might not be an amazing earnings. The next quarter certainly will be, but it will be, I believe, a good earnings. Google was a good earnings. Microsoft, slightly different. I think Microsoft could do a better earnings, and Nvidia could do an even better earnings. So I think everyone's selling it off today so they can buy it back cheaper and pump it all over again. That's what I think is happening. So I look at that and I don't see red. I see opportunity. Absolutely right. For me, I'm buying the S&P. But of course, the S&P, and here's more evidence to prove what I'm saying. Nvidia is one of the biggest parts of the S&P. If Nvidia is selling off because the markets are doom and gloom and we're all going to go into a recession or a depression and the end of the world's going to come and all the rest of it. If Nvidia was going down this much after it's already sold off so much, everything else, if it was really bad, would be following suit. Shall we have a look? Let's look at the S&P. It's down very slightly. It's down 0.25%. In fact, it's not down 0.25%. I'm exaggerating it because I'm in margin. Let me actually look at the real S&P. If we go over to here, where there's no margin, of course, let's just look at VU itself. Let me just pull it up. You'll see we're actually down 0.15. I can zoom in there. 0.15. Hardly anything at all. It's hardly moved. The S&P is reporting well. We went through rotation. We got a bit of a sell-off. Let me show you how it went. There was the rotation. It didn't keep on going. It kind of bounced along, and now it's trending up again. Everyone is just waiting now for Microsoft. I think this is... I wouldn't say it's market manipulation, but it's people selling off because they're bullish about buying it back. To me, it just spells opportunity. So in my opinion, that's why Nvidia is selling off today. It's not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. Because remember, you should always buy the business. Would you like to own Nvidia as a business today? Or are you simply looking at a stock? A stock is a non-entity. It's a little dot on your app, on your phone. You can buy it, sell it, up, down, nothing happens. The business, however, is selling those chips and making more money. That's what you're owning. That's what the stocks represent. But that's not what you see when you look at the stocks. You just see, oh, it's going up, it's going down. You don't understand the value of the business. I love Nvidia business. I think it's a great business, very well run. Loads of money, loads of cash, doing great. I want to own that business because I see that business going forward. So there you go. That's why Nvidia is selling off today. Join us for the Microsoft earnings tonight. Click above my head, down below in the description, over here and over here. And more stuff. More stuff. That's it. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other.